Hey there, ladies and gents, this is Siege StarCraft doing another high-quality StarCraft 2 broadcast for Forced SC2 Strategy. That's right, the lovely guys at Forced Strategy Gaming are allowing me to put my stuff on their channel still. So we have for you today a TVP from Vile HasHe and his opponent from Root Gaming's. It is none other than Root Minigun. That's right, it's not a TVP versus Root Kiwi Kaki. He gets quite a lot of fame as it is. This is a player, Minigun, is actually in the world top 200, I believe. So is his opponent. I think Minigun's 130 something, whereas his Terran opponent is 150. I think it's 156. So both these players, extremely, really good players. We've got Supply Depot going down right there next to the command center for HasHe. Probably we're going to see a barracks put down around here. It's just a little blue ping on the map. That's the movement command for this probe on the way out. Command center, Nexus chrono boosting out a couple of probes. We should be seeing a gateway going there, probably around 13. There we go. We've got that next probe. Ooh, might be slightly later actually. The 14th probe on the way. Barracks, there it is, right next to that command center. Like I said, keeping everything really close together. By doing that, it stops a little bit of harassment this SCV can come under. Gas went down there on 13, so fairly standard play so far from our Terran player. Nothing unusual. So, Protoss player is actually missing the scouting path. He's going to discover his opponent a little bit later. Gas went down then on 15 for Minigun, and you see how the gateway on the way. We should be seeing another pylon coming out fairly soon for Minigun. And then obviously we'll be seeing, I imagine, the cybernetics core coming out very quickly after that as well. Up here though, in the base of HasHe, he's already got 3 guys on his gas, so we're not going to be seeing an extremely fast expand build. Normally for Terran, if they're going to do that, they won't bother getting gas whatsoever. Oh, the gas skill did get there just in time, so any sort of tech coming up by HasHe is going to be delayed a little bit. You see, the orbital command is being created there in the middle. We have a Marine on the way out now. That's SCV and Pro having a little bit of a scrap down there at the ramp. You see the probe is just running away, waiting for its shield to regenerate, and it will probably turn around and have them go at that SCV. Meanwhile, we saw the barracks actually being floated away from that, so we should be seeing, I imagine, add-on put down on it fairly soon. No, we're going to be putting the factory down, so I imagine then there will be an add-on on the barracks, and the reason that it's been floated away is just so that it's not spotted by this. If we look at the players' views, whoa, hello, you see Minigun, and I cannot see that barracks. He has no idea really what is going on in that base. His probe is there. We have a Marine out on this bottom ramp, so denying any kind of scouting, and there is a reactor going down on that barracks, so chances are we'll be seeing some Hellions on the way very quickly. Heading over down to a Minigun's base though, we do have that cybernetics core. Warp gate research is being created, and we have a Stalker on the way. And the rally point for that Stalker is it right the way back over? No, it's near the bottom of the ramp of HasHe. And we're getting a sentry on the way as well. Plenty of mills. We should be seeing another gateway going down fairly quickly, HasHe. Chrono boosting at units rather than the warp gate research at the moment. So looking like it's clearly not going to be some sort of 4 gate, otherwise we'd have the extra gateways going there. Might be doing. Well, he's got no gas, so I'm trying to work out exactly what he's going to go with. We do have these. Got a bunker there, but 2 Hellions in production. You see there's been the swapperoo done on here, so no tech at the moment. Certainly not until this assimilator has been taken care of. Expansion going. There's a 1 gate expand build. There you go. Not something you generally see from Protoss or 1 gate expand. Normally you'll see maybe a Forge expand or a 3 gate expand. You might be seeing another couple of gateways being thrown down straight away. That's relatively safe on this map. You see though by the big pink splodge on the map over here, we do have an expansion heading down, and that was the other gateway being built there for Minigun. So HasHe expanding that. Does have his bunker up with a couple of Marines in it. It's going to be relatively safe here. Got an SCV doing nothing, which I'm not particularly happy about. Factory still pumping out Hellions. We saw a little bit. There we go. There's the 2 Hellions there. Trying to stay up on the high ground at the moment, so I'm not entirely certain what the plan is for those moving on. No blue flame, obviously, at present. We need a tech lab for that. I've got a second factory going down, so maybe we're going to get a tech lab on this factory now. The Marines are trying to take out that simulator. Yes, there's going to the tech lab, so we may be seeing blue flame. We do have over here, though, in the base of our Protoss player, a robotics facility going down. That's the other gateway. There's the robo. Nice 3-gate robo, fairly secure, can deal with most things that Terran do. This Assimilate should be almost, it's almost like a shield. Tech Lab down on there, another barracks coming out, so we're going to be staying with sort of biomech style of play at the moment. No starport at the present time. Do have Hallucinate though coming out from the Cybernetics core, which is going to mean that our Protoss player can get some really nice scouting done with a few Phoenixes. Heading up here, we have siege tanks on the way. No siege tech just yet. Maybe when you get to the requisite number of minerals, with 100 minerals, 100 gas for that, we might be seeing it. No, and again, SCV kind of stood chilling, not doing much. Oh, a little bit of Hellion harassment there at the front. No kills on that Hellion, and no kills on that Hellion either, but let's see what they saw. Nothing, actually. They only saw the Nexus, that was it. So, no real intel discovered there. It's fairly obvious that on this map, your opponent's going to be getting an expansion if you're not already being attacked by this point in the game. We have another tech lab going on this factory. Still no siege tech. Still no blue flame coming out. More siege tanks on the way. And another tech lab. This time it's going down on a barrack. So, both gas being taken in the main of HasHe. And over here, his expansion, he is taking one of the gas guys is there. And you see he's got a pretty good amount of income. We are looking for HasHe at 1,400, 1,500-ish minerals a minute at 33 harvesters. His Protoss opponent, even though he's ahead on the harvester count, obviously because of the mules, is a little bit behind on income itself. Army sizes are 60 to 56. So Minigun mildly ahead. He was prone boosting out quite a few units near the start. You see there was a hallucinated Phoenix just there. We're following that and seeing exactly what that can spot for Minigun. Heading back to the protection tab, we have Immortals on the way. We've got more siege tanks and Marines coming out though for our Terran opponent. So the Immortals going to do a good job against the siege tanks, but the Marines do a very, very good job against the Immortals. You see this Phoenix now flying right the way through the base. It sees all of the tech so far of HasHe. Also sees the engineering bay going down. Ooh, is that the engineering bay? No, that's the armory. Saw the armory going down. So maybe we'll be expecting Thors coming out. We do have an engineering bay in construction as well. Obviously, we're going to be getting some upgrades out of that. And another barracks is coming up. So, yeah, probably going to be seeing some upgrades. We have a second robotics facility going down, as well as the robotics bay. I'm not sure if they just got scanned. No, they were far enough out of the way to avoid that scan. So Colossi will be coming soon. And we have a warp prism on the way. So, you might even be seeing an immortal drop very shortly. That's always quite interesting to see. The observer of Minigun is seeing everything that's going on and still no siege mode on these siege tanks, which is something that is a little bit surprising, I will admit. +1 vehicle weapons as well as stim is coming out. Another barracks is on the way. No, that's the barracks that was being constructed earlier on. Let's go back to the economy tab. So 53 to 45. So barring the mules, I don't think there's any out at the moment. No mules out at the moment. It's just had one drop. Minigun should still be in the lead as far as an economy sort of measure goes. A couple of Hellions doing a little bit of harassment there. Again, no kills on these Hellions, just being bullied a little bit by that Stalker. Here is the Immortal drop. This may actually be spotted. Let's have a look. Oh! So close to being spotted. This Warp Prism, yeah, it's going to get spotted now. So there we go. It has at least been seen on the minimap. We'll see if HasHe has managed to get anything else in the way for that. His army's not coming back to his base, still no siege tech. Have 2 Thors on the way because of that armory, and it's done. Drop just went via the Zanua Watchtower. I'm not entirely certain what's going on with this drop. He may be able to take out a couple of siege tanks here. We do have 2 Colossi on the way as well as the extended thermal lance. And are we going to see the drop? Yes, we are. 2 Immortals. 1, 2, 3, almost. I think they 4 shot that tank. Picking up and trying to get out of there. Do not want to get too close to that Thor or those Marines. That medevac. Sorry, you don't often see Protoss drops. That warp prism, I should say, getting the hell out of dodge. Does not want to be hanging around there. It was nice though. You did have to snipe off a tank. Did see that as well. The extended tech getting these Thors by HasHe. Let's look at the army sizes again. 116 to 118. So both players very, very close. Units lost time. Favours Minigun a little bit actually. About 350 minerals different. But we are getting now the siege tech. We are getting that vehicle weapons almost finished. Getting combat shields as well for our Marines. And an expansion is being created for our Terran player here. Now let's see if we can find that expansion. Am I being done? There we go, the expansion down there as well as a Ghost Academy. We'll be seeing ghosts on the way very shortly, I suppose. Here comes a large push, lots of Marines, Thors and tanks. By the time they get over to the other side of the battlefield, we should have siege tech going on. I'm not sure if I have combat shields ready by then. but it won't hurt to delay just a couple of seconds while those combat shields come out. We do have, though, for our Protoss opponent, double upgrades coming out. You have +1 weapons and +1 armor, more Colossi on the way, as well as some more Immortals. Army sizes are 139 to 134, but it looks like a very slim Protoss army because of these Colossi. Just trying to spread out there, doesn't want to get too much splash. It's very nice using the Warpers to warp in units right at the battle line. Colossi engaging at the front. The Thermal Lance has been completed, and they're going to do a lot of damage here. Siege tanks sieging up and going all for it. Guardian Shield is down. The Colossi are doing great versus these Marines. The Siege tanks are mobile and taking lots of splash damage. The Thor is immediately shredded to pieces, and it's a huge win there for our Protoss player. 134 food to 81 there. Units lost up. Wow. 1850 to 4975, so that was not very good for HasHe at all. HasHe, you can see, is actually pulling units back to his base. He's going to get some of those Marines caught, perhaps. This is not looking comfortable for HasHe at all. Minigun taking a very decisive lead in the mid-game there. HasHe needs to get things going on into overdrive now. And Minigun just patrolling around the front, consolidating a little bit, getting his army back up and running before he pushes in there. And here comes the Colossi, outranging the bunker, no problem. Siege tank has got a little bit of range on the Colossi there from where they're stood. And these two on the top as well are going to do a nice job of defending. So as long as our Terran player sits here and just really turtles up for a little while, then he may be able to come back out of this. But it's going to be a very tense few minutes. We do have a Twilight Council going down, as well as an expansion again for our Protoss player. A couple of cannons going down as well, just to defend against any sort of drops that come down here. Waiting, I imagine, for +1/+1. A mortal drop once more on the high ground. They are in range of that tank ever so slightly. And here come the Colossi towards the high ground, trying to draw far from the tank. The Marines are going straight in against the Immortals. Plus, I need to take those Marines out. These Immortals will be going down. Warpers are moving up to the high ground and going into phasing mode. We'll be dropping off a couple of Zealots there. Meanwhile, the Colossi are doing a very good job of destroying everything on that high ground. Army size is now 143 to 81. So Minigun is well ahead at the moment, and this expansion may be forced to lift. The SCVs certainly are going to go down very quickly if they're still there. Vikings coming out, they're taking out the Warpers. They should be able to deal with some of these Colossi. At least if they can force the Colossi to pull back, that'll be a huge victory. We are down to 50 harvesters to 85 though. So our Terran player very much behind on that. A-Stalker does come out, manages to get one of the Vikings picked up. However, the Viking is just pursuing the Colossi back to the base, and luckily, HasHe has managed to repel that attack. Command Center is forced to lift, is on fire and is dying, but the SCV's out to repair that very quickly. As soon as the flames go out, they'll all be okay. This Immortal load is just destroying the remainder of the base of HasHe. Doing a good job taking this out. We do have a lot of upgrades coming out for our Protoss player. He is well ahead at the moment. We have the +2 weapons and armor, as well as Zealot legs. More Colossi and Immortals also on the way, plus another 4 gateways. Now, when you are in a position of great economy as a Protoss player, this is what you want to be doing. Throwing down a load of gateways and a load of cannons. If you're maxed out, cannons are definitely the way to go. The Immortal has been taken out probably by the Thor there, and the expansion is back down. So hopefully the economy of HasHe will be able to pick back up, because he needs to get a shot in the arm essentially to get anything like back into this game. We have a 4th base going down there from Minigun, and he's got great map control as well, with all his Colossi out across the centre, plus a load of Warp Gate units. He's currently just on Stalkers at the moment. I don't think the Stalkers got Blink yet. No, they haven't. So no Blink just yet. Zealot Legs is on the way, so I'd expect a few rounds of Zealots to be warped in fairly soon. Let's go back to the Inca after all these mules are down. He still is behind, but look at how close the two are. 35 to 91. They're not even in transit either at the moment. So, although, wait, hang on, he's only mining from 2 bases. Few idle probes there, but this base severely oversaturated. This base again severely oversaturated. So as soon as this base comes back on, you expect the Protoss player's economy to really kick up and into overdrive. Oh, a couple of bunkers are trying to be built on top of a Stalker. Those bunkers, weirdly enough, did not get put down. Colossi is just on the prowl, actually. This is something you don't see very often, is a Colossi on its own, heading out, just looking for where the opponent may have been expanding to, and Siege Tank trying to take down the back rocks in the base of HasHe. Not entirely certain if this is the right move, but we do have just tanks and Marines for HasHe. He's going to need to be able to get a 3rd expansion down, definitely. This one may be a little bit too far, but if he takes this middle one here and puts a Planetary Fortress down on it, then he should be able to hold that one fairly well. Rock's actually not being taken out now. He's changed his mind. He is, though, building that other command center, so he does need this very, very quickly. The starport is about 3/4 of the way done, and you'll see that it's just down here in the... Sorry, Stargate for a Protoss player. You'll see that's just down here. And we double expanding? Actually, HasHe is trying to take that base there. He is trying to double expand, and he needs this to pay off. If either of these gets scouted, then that's going to be pretty much GG right there and then for HasHe. A couple of siege tanks sieging up. It was a middle ground, quite a few as well towards the front of his base. So if our Protoss player was to try and push up into the natural of HasHe, then he would be in a very, very difficult position indeed. If, however, he heads up here, it's going to be GG. As soon as this expansion gets taken out, I imagine it's going to be the end of the game. Trying to turn it into an order command, and here come a few Terran forces. Our Protoss player is now engaging all the Immortals and Sentries at the front. That Thor has got a life expectancy of not very long at all. These siege tanks not doing a phenomenal amount of damage. We've got all the ground forces of our Protoss player that are absolutely ripping through those siege tanks. There is one Viking left, and that will soon be taken up by a few Stalkers anyway. And here come a load of zealots straight into those siege tanks over there, and there's a GG from HasHe. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that game. If you would like to see more of my commentary, you can find that at www.youtube.com/Siege StarCraft. And a huge thank you once again to the lovely guys at 4Strategy Gaming for allowing me to post my videos on their site. So thank you very much once again for watching. This is Siege, signing off.